younger of my two daughters was 3 when Dorothy Briggs published her landmark book, Your Child's Self-Esteem. As parents, my wife and I were immersed in the entire movement in the early 70s that reimagined how to have and rear children. We went to workshops on communication, seminars, we read books, we learned about Montessori education. We took classes in natural childbirth and created a culture with many young parents who wanted to break the cycle that had produced many of us, a cycle in which children were underappreciated, expected to be seen and not heard, and generally controlled by adult authorities. Much good, in my view, came from all those efforts to support healthy self-esteem in children. In retrospect, I can see that we weren't aware of the downsides. As usual, we overlooked and undervalued some things, as we perhaps exaggerated the importance of others. I'm also aware that focusing on our children's self-esteem didn't necessarily take care of our own issues of self-esteem. It's no secret that self-esteem in one way or another is at the heart of many an adult life now. We're often still prisoners of others' expectations in many ways. Some of us have a hard time stopping defining ourselves by how much or how well we please others. And after generations of the personal growth movement inviting us into deeper consciousness of ourselves, we still find ourselves sometimes in abusive relationships and often trapped in the same old games that thwart intimacy. Self-esteem can easily be misunderstood and caricatured as feeling okay about oneself, even great about oneself. Most of us know that it's pretty hard to feel good about yourself all the time. Indeed, there are days when we have every right to feel bad about ourselves, not because of who we are or things we cannot change, but because we've behaved so badly. We collude with evil. We do rotten things to each other. Self-esteem is being able to have a healthy, realistic acceptance of who we are. Who we are, claiming every part of ourselves. The good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly. Self-esteem is having boundaries of which we are conscious and of which we are not ashamed. True and healthy self-esteem is impossible without a moral compass capable of telling right from wrong, truth from falsehood. So the practices that feed and sustain self-esteem are practices that build on and reinforce good boundaries, a moral center, celebration of our essential goodness, and accountability for our faults and weaknesses. You can immediately see how different that is from narcissism, can't you? There is nothing about narcissism that remotely resembles healthy self-esteem. Bulldozing over others, ridiculing, shaming, depreciating, disrespecting, cheating, creating division, strife, enmity. Nothing on the entire list of narcissistic behaviors is anything that any sane parent would want to cultivate in a child, and certainly nothing that a mature adult would want to exhibit. Still, we ignore our tendency to exhibit just such behaviors, even in small degrees, at our peril. The only thing I know of to address that tendency is a discipline of having a regular checkup. That checkup, in my experience, is best and most effective when it is daily. A simple checkup or check-in at dinner time or bedtime can consist of a few questions such as, what has brought me joy today? Joy that causes my heart to celebrate? What have I done that I'm proud of? What do I have to be grateful for? What have I done that I am sorry about? And to whom do I need to make amends? If this seems simplistic to you, that's probably because wisdom is often not so well distilled in the complex and abstract as it is in the simple and straightforward. Healthy self-esteem is not something that we'll ever get by shelling out hundreds and thousands of dollars in therapy, although that certainly may help us to confront and clear away obstacles to self-esteem. Certainly it's been true for me, perhaps for you. Nor is it going to come through philosophical inquiry or religious rituals, though they too may be quite helpful in giving us clearer vision. They have been that for me, perhaps they've been that for you. Ultimately, self-esteem comes down to being able to claim every part of ourselves, knowing that we do not have to earn either the right to be loved or the right to love. Like all worthy things, it takes practice. The more we practice the things that foster good boundaries, a moral center, celebration of our essential goodness, and accountability for our shortcomings, the healthier and happier we'll be. And I hope you'll be healthy and happy. I look forward to talking to you next time.